What's your favorite scary movie?
You're tuned in to Black Cat Horror. Hello.
Hello.
How are you today on this day?
Today I'm very good.
Yeah,
I am sleepy.
me too. I am too. I don't know if I don't know why. I don't know if it's because like they don't tell you when you get married you get tired.
Like all of a sudden.
Yeah. No, I mean we were fine on our honeymoon. We weren't tired, but that's also like different altogether
Yeah.
than like being back in the real world, and going to work and stuff.
Riding that high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So excited. We're married.
I know.
We got married.
Thanks to everyone who participated in one way or another, helping us get married, or like watching the wedding, which was awesome.
Yeah.
You still can if you want, if you missed it or whatever. It's on our YouTube. Just like there's like a live section because we streamed it so that everyone can, like our family and everything, and any of you who wanted to watch can watch it. So it's still up there. So if you want to watch it, you are more than welcome to do so.
It's a bunch of silliness.
It is.
As if it would be anything other than that. But
Yeah.
that was the easiest way for us to get to include everybody that we wanted to include safely.
Mm-hmm.
It was magical. It was a wonderful day.
It was. It was great.
And we went to the mountains, and that was fun in the mountains.
Yes.
Driving in the mountains is scary.
Driving in the mountains at night is scary.
True. Yeah.
So we haven't watched Texas Chainsaw yet.
No.
We're going to. We have every intention of doing so.
Yes.
And I suggested watching it on our honeymoon because I am a romantic.
And I said, we're going there. We're going to...
Yeah.
Not to speak ill of Arkansas by any means, but just certain towns, kind of like here in Oklahoma, there are just like certain really, really rural parts of the state. And I'm sure everybody's nice enough, maybe.
In Oklahoma? Because not in Arkansas.
Okay, I didn't want to, I mean, it's a different environment. It's a different vibe, if you will.
Yeah. No, there are rural parts of Oklahoma.
Right.
Obviously.
Yes.
There's just not as many, it feels like, as in Arkansas, because in Arkansas, I feel like the rural
It's a hard word to say.
The rural
yeah,
areas in Oklahoma are more spread out.
Sure.
Like you go to some little town,
right.
and then you drive what feels like forever in Oklahoma because it's just flat
Yeah.
for the most part, and then you hit the next small town. In Arkansas, it's like bang, 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 bang. Here's all the small towns, and all the populations of all these small towns are between 100 and like 1,000.
Right.
That's a bigger town. 1,000 max.
Yeah.
Everywhere around where we were. And we drove through half of Arkansas to get where we were going, and we hit nothing but like rural towns. And I know that there's like cities and stuff in Arkansas, but
Yeah.
I didn't see them.
It was crazy. We drove through one like into Oklahoma, basically, that felt more like a more Oklahoma sort of situation, but this is like incredibly niche and regional. But like also this episode is about nothing. I feel like we should have just said that up top.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We are sleepy and we are recovering, getting caught back up. We were gonna do a ghost episode because we're covering Beetlejuice next week. But it dawned on me that we have like one of the greatest resources as a friend. So Jessica, who has been on our old show before, is gonna come on. She's with a paranormal investigation group, and talk to us about ghosts and things and such. I'm not exactly sure, but it's going to be super cool.
Yeah.
So in preparation for that, we just decided to just hang out today.
Yeah. It's been a long, like, 5 days.
Yeah.
In a good way. It's
Yeah.
just coming back and then like going right back to work.
Yeah.
Which is great. I love my job and everything, but as anyone knows who's like taken 3 or 4 days off work and then goes back to work.
It hits you midweek for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Like we even still have
Yeah, we still have
there's a
things
little, hello. I'm a holdover from the ceremony.
Yeah.
These are very fun. We just forgot to take them down
Yeah.
or do something else with them. But anyway, holy cow, it was amazing. We
Yeah.
did not watch Texas Chainsaw. We didn't watch any horror movies because we were literally in the mountains. Like it is a neighborhood technically. There are
Technically.
people that live on this mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And they are neighbors, but each person has an acreage, and it's essentially part of a giant hiking trail. And so we didn't. What
Yeah.
did we watch? We watched Chicago.
We watched Chicago.
Ew.
Chicago.
Chicago.
But then the first night we watched The Mummy with Brendan Fraser.
Which actually, okay, I take that back. I guess that is technically a horror movie.
It's
to-
like
to me.
adjacent.
Yeah, I think it's a spooky dooky movie. It can be. I mean, if you pretend like you're afraid of graphics from 1990, but just 1999 or 8. But it's the feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It's the intention of the film that is the spooky part, not necessarily the effects.
Yeah.
So
Great.
there's that.
Great movie, though.
Good movie.
Love it so much.
I think we should do that. We should do The Mummy.
Yeah,
At
at some
some
point
point.
I would like to.
Yeah,
I think
for
that'd
sure.
I think that would be fun.
Oh, Brendan Fraser.
But to go back a little bit to the ghost stuff.
Oh, yes.
So we're going to be talking to Jessica.
Jessica.
I have things to show and tell.
Mm.
And then I would like to talk to a local business in Oklahoma City about supposed spooky shit that goes on there.
Oh, that's right. I forgot all about that
Yeah.
thing you told me yesterday.
Yeah. So yeah, we want to do a ghost episode, but we really want to do the episode. And we were talking about doing it today, but it wouldn't be like we'd then have to do 2. You know what I mean? It doesn't really make any sense.
There's a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
it's we're not about to crack the code. You know what I mean? Because there's no way. It's not possible.
Mm-hmm.
But
Only in death can you crack the code.
Only in death.
Death.
Till death do us part. Brought it back.
Nice.
You like that?
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dork. What was I saying? Oh yeah, but yes, there's a lot. Just because it's one of those subjects where you kind of you could talk about it forever.
Mm.
Really.
And you get like, half and half people that are like, it's all bullshit, which is fine to believe that. But
It's okay. Believe what you want to believe.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then you get the other half that's like,
absolutely 100%. I've had this experience.
yeah. But then you get the people in the middle like us that it's like, I've had things happen. It's very cool. It's very spooky. Was it real? Who knows? In my brain it is.
Right.
And that's enough for me.
Yes.
Because I like to live a fun life.
Yeah, you do.
And I like to believe that ghosts are real. But I've also had experiences that are set up to be real, and the whole time it was just like, I don't think so.
Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah.
Who's to say? There is also a book that I need to get from the. I should probably do that today, actually. Called Mysterious Oklahoma, and then I guess there was a follow-up book to that as well.
Called The Even More Mysterious Oklahoma.
It's like a different but similar title.
Yeah.
But my mom had this book I think she still does. I should probably just like get it from her.
Yeah.
And I like grew up reading that book and reading it with her. And so I took some of that book when I was younger and would go out exploring. There were some places to explore in Oklahoma that weren't super far away or were like around where my dad lived at the time. So I'm gonna get that too. There's a lot.
Yeah.
So many ghosts. You know what I'm gonna wear my ghost earrings for the occasion.
For the episode?
Yes.
Nice.
Maybe for the next week while we do our research. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just
to
gonna
really get
wear
into it.
I don't know what I'm gonna wear, actually.
I feel like I knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know what you were gonna say, and no, you cannot. That's not a thing you can do.
Mm-mm.
So,
No.
no, it's not a ghost anymore. And
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
So,
sad,
So
awful
suck.
people. Probably from Arkansas. Anyway, oh my god.
Oh wow.
What?
Oh yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, there's a lot of not okay things, and I'm sure there are a lot of very cool things in Arkansas. And our Airbnb host was one of them. Super cool guy. Seems really sweet. A lot of really not okay things in Arkansas as well. I felt like I was so naive when I booked
Yeah.
that. And then we drove through it.
Well, what was funny is so we got married that morning, and then I was like, all right, and I put the address of the Airbnb in my phone, like in Maps, and was like, oh, it's 6.5 hours away, and you were like, it wasn't this far away when I checked it last time. I guess they just added more road, but
Yeah.
they
Sorry,
just-
that was rude. I checked my phone. It was a work thing.
no, it's okay.
Okay.
But no, it was just really funny to be like, oh shit, we're gonna be driving 6.5 hours, and like almost 3 of that was like through twisty turny roads, which was insane.
Yeah.
And we didn't get there until night, so it's like
Man.
everything. I mean, you couldn't see anything other
No.
than where your headlights were going. So it would take nothing for just like a Texas Chainsaw 2 scene to happen where a pickup truck drives on the wrong side of the road and starts like hacking our car to bits with a chainsaw in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
And no one would know because it's just
one would know.
it's just the fucking wilderness. So it's just we saw like wolf tracks like at a national park. So really, I mean, we could have just gotten chainsawed and thrown on the side of the street,
Yeah.
and then
Wolf food.
then gone.
Wild animal food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, the national parks situation there. It's beautiful. Like you pass 18 of them on your like 30-minute trip to like get to the one non-dry county nearby because you forgot that it was Arkansas and there are a ton of dry counties.
There's like 33. It's like half of Arkansas is still in Prohibition.
It's so crazy, dude.
Which, if that tells you anything about the towns that we were in,
It was
like,
quite a sociological experience, to say the least.
Yeah.
To say the least. But yeah, man, there was like nobody at this national park that we went to.
no.
Which makes sense, I
Yeah.
guess. No, well, I mean, it was a Sunday, so I don't know.
The people in Arkansas aren't going to national forests. You know what I
Right.
mean? And that's not like a dig on people in Arkansas.
Well, maybe
it's
it's just
that,
like old hat. There's like, we're surrounded by mountains.
right. Like if somebody, for whatever reason, if somebody wanted to come to Oklahoma and was like to Oklahoma City, and they were
Right.
like, I want to go to the capital. Like, I've never been there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's there. I drive past it 5 days out of the week, but I don't go.
Yeah.
But if somebody wanted to go,
That's a really fair point. Oh my gosh, my thing's falling. It's a really fair point. I was actually, when I was doing some research for the ghost episode, I happened upon this YouTuber who does like a vlog for his travels, just like whenever he and his wife go on vacation, I guess.
so cute.
Yeah, and it was kind of funny to watch somebody else's perspective of like checking out Oklahoma and Oklahoma City
Because
in
they had like
particular.
just moved to Tulsa.
This is like a different thing.
Oh,
altogether.
okay.
But yes, this couple like went to Bricktown, and I feel like in Oklahoma, I think every state probably has to have like that one area, especially like in a downtown area where maybe they've like invested a lot of money and you aren't really sure why they're investing so much money there when they could like be doing it here, like schools or whatever. Like, but you know, you also become a little jaded maybe because you've like grown up here. So like I feel like that's kind of like Bricktown for us.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, there's several people that like that's their go-to if they want to go have a night out, and that's cool. Like wherever you want to go, who cares, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Not what I would pick, but it's where enough people pick that there's
Sure.
a bunch of money down there.
exactly, and so yeah, this dude was like talking about all the different sites to see and like the different like places to go, and like just seeing someone else excited about it because they don't live here
Right.
kind of gave me a different view of like, oh well, okay, I mean this person has a completely different perspective. They like compared like our little river walk
Canal
sort of
thing.
canal situation to like a San Antonio which was the idea, you
Yeah.
know.
The canals are cool if you've never been. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
again, for me, like that's where I went to college. was like
Sure. Yeah.
in a building downtown.
Right.
So it was like I walked through the canals, not through them. I trudged through the
I
canals.
trudged through canals to
But-
make it to the college.
Right.
The music conservatory.
Yeah. But I crossed over a bridge. I walked over a bridge over the canals every single day.
Right.
And like saw the little boats go by and everything all the time, and like would eat lunch around there. So it was like I was hanging out on the canals
Right.
all the time.
He was such a cool guy.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
So cool. And was within eye shot of a Hooters the entire time, which is
oh, nice.
But yeah, no, it's just like for me, it's just I would never get on a boat in the canal. I don't care. But
Right.
like, you know, if you're just showing up, like, cool.
Yeah, that is actually one of my favorite TikToks that I've ever seen. If you ever like, I'm sure there's like a. Nope, my brain just stopped. My brain just quit working. You know, it's kind of fun when you live in a place to just like search it on TikTok just to see like what people are posting, you know?
I don't think I've ever done that.
You've never done it? You
No.
should do it just for
Just
funsies.
TikTok, Oklahoma City.
Yeah, or just like Oklahoma talk. It's like
Mm-hmm.
like every state has a thing like that, right? And so like but somebody took a video of this chick. There was this dude standing on the side of the canal, and I don't know if it was his girlfriend or what, but she had like somehow submerged her entire body in the canal and was like mermaiding herself like out of the water, just like ooh,
Oh my
at
god.
him and like dancing. I was just like, dude,
Such dirty water.
oh, it's the grossest, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a lot of booze down there, so like I can kind of see ending up in a situation where like you feel like that's a good idea. But yeah, that was pretty great. It was pretty. That's the Bricktown experience that I would be down to see.
Just hammered. Hammered Bricktown. That's the TikTok I'm going to start. I'm going to go hang out at Bricktown at like 1 a.m.
Oh gosh.
And it's just hammered Bricktown.
Hammered Brick. Welcome to Hammered Bricktown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Anyway, I don't know even how we got started on this business, but it was just interesting to see somebody else's perspective. I will say, they ended up at the bombing memorial for the
Can't do the same thing there.
Oklahoma City bombing, and this guy was like, "This was my wife's choice to come here. I don't really like to have experiences like this when I'm on vacation. I prefer to do more upbeat, like
Yeah.
fun things. But you know, She wanted to come here. So, and I was just like, whoa, dude.
And it's her trying to do the mermaid thing out of like this small amount of water.
Oh my God. And like
So
the
disrespectful.
wading pool. Yeah, man alive. That would be horrible. But not too far away from Bricktown. So still possible.
Yeah.
Depending on how drunk you are. Don't do it though. I feel like you would get arrested.
Yeah.
So, it was funny though. That guy was being very like
Very solemn experience going there.
yeah, he was not about it. He was incredibly openly passive aggressive about it. It was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, hey, you know, it'd be really fun going to where a bunch of people died and a building was blown up. Let's go there.
yeah.
Like, hey, we're on vacation. No, I don't want to do that. I don't
Yeah.
want to do that. It is crazy though to go to places like that. Like when I was when I went to New York, the Big Apple.
The Big Apple.
We went to where the Twin Towers fell.
Sure.
Bananas.
That's wild.
It is fucking crazy because like where one of the towers was, they just didn't rebuild anything. They left like essentially it's a like a giant memorial that is a huge hole in the ground with fountain like water going into the bottom, and it's so big that you can't see the bottom of it.
Oh my gosh.
And there's just if I remember correctly, just names all the way around it.
Whoa.
And it's just in the middle of the city. Like you'll be like walking through New York, and if you've ever been, you know what I'm talking about. If you've never been, it's nuts because you know there's just skyscrapers and giant buildings everywhere.
Everything
So
feels
you're just
so tall. Yeah.
yeah. And so you're just like walking through what feels like just to us what feels like alleyways, but really it's you know streets.
Right.
You know, and then. Because you can't see anything past these buildings. So then you just come out and there's just nothing there.
Just open.
Yeah, it's just open, surrounded by buildings, open area, huge hole.
That's
It's
insane.
just like, fuck. Yeah. It's wild.
That's nuts. What an
But-
experience.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if we ever decided to go there
Yeah.
and go see that,
Mm-hmm.
I would not create a vlog about the experience and
Yeah.
talk shit about how you decided that we should go there. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
so
it's-
you know.
Yeah.
Also,
it's
it is
different.
a human experience.
Yeah, it's also a little different too, because like, I was also just incredibly frustrated because the people that I was with like acted like they knew how the subway system works, but like you don't. You know, you don't know how it works if you're not from there. It's like very complicated.
Yeah,
and,
it seems really confusing.
yeah. So like we finally like
Right.
made our way out of like the crazy subway, and then found that it's just like, well, that was an awful experience. This is, you know, solemn.
Solemn to say the least.
But then I got a hot dog.
The true New York experience.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
it. I had the true New York experience.
Sounds like
Like,
it.
yo, this is sad. Hey, dude, can I get a hot dog, please? Like, I need something for my heart. Ironic that it's a hot dog, but, you know, for the feelings of my heart.
Right. Not the
Yeah.
cholesterol
Yeah.
necessarily. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Woo. Gosh.
So, not speaking of which, just panning to something else.
We're just changing the subject now. Hard. Change subject. Hard transition.
I wanted to say thanks to everyone who has watched The Scarecrow of Parkhurst over on
yeah. Thank you.
yeah, on Skullcrawler Movie Club's YouTube. If you haven't yet,
Do it.
do it.
Do it.
Do it. If you haven't yet, do it. You'll have a lot of fun, and it's only like 5 minutes. So you know,
What do you have?
what
5
are you
minutes.
doing?
What are you
What are
doing?
you doing
You
now?
can spare 5 minutes.
Yeah, pause this. Go watch that comeback.
You're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, I'll give you a second here. Okay, so now you're back from watching the movie.
Did you guys hear the cat?
Yeah. It's reached and it's higher than this now. I haven't checked it in a couple days. But
Yeah.
last time, Carrie from Skullcrawlers hit us up about it. It was at 25,000 views on YouTube,
It's insane,
which
dude.
doesn't even count. Which doesn't even count the people who just watched it on Instagram,
Right.
which is also bonkers. Because the
Right.
last time, and this was months ago, it was like well over 1,000 people.
Yeah.
And now the YouTube itself is at 25,000, higher than that. But yeah, so super thanks. We didn't make the movie, but we were a part of it. So it's crazy to be a part of something that so many people have given a shit about. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's the fact that it was just a cool experience in general.
yeah.
And that we got to help.
Because like if 100 people watched it,
It still would
still
have been
cool.
amazing. It still would have been just the coolest experience
Mm-hmm.
that we'd had making a movie to date.
Yeah.
So at that point,
Yeah.
So,
Man.
man,
Because we had done one other thing before, and that was fun, but
different,
so stressful.
Yes, very
Yeah.
different. But yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, again, if you haven't checked it out, go watch the film. And then, after you finish watching that, come back over to our channel. And if you're listening to the podcast version of this, go to Blackout Horror TV on YouTube. Watch, after you've watched The Scarecrow of Parkhurst, we have a interview video episode.
And podcast. All
Podcast.
of the things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where we talk to Carrie and Oren of
The skull crawlers.
of the Skullcrawlers, and we talk about like how they got started doing what they're doing, the cool shit that they're doing, things that they're influenced by. We talk about Scarecrow of Parkhurst. So yeah, if you like the video, if you like the movie, come over to us and hang out with us, and we'll talk more about the things behind the scenes and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's very fun.
Super
so.
exciting.
But yeah, I just wanted to say thanks for doing that.
Is your blinky falling?
Yeah.
Oh, it's falling. Yes, thank you. And also to kind of close it out here, because I think we got to. Yeah. I haven't worn this shirt since I have had it on the podcast, which is wild because I love the shirt so much. But I don't know if it's. Hold on, let me just. Okay. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Can you see it sorta?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is my Ghouls on Film shirt. Made by Kris Rose with a K. Kris with a K. She makes zines, writes zines, and is based out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I believe, I could be wrong, but so we met them last year when we did Zine Fest.
Yeah.
And I believe that her and her husband have like a bookstore in Tulsa from what I recall, but everything feels like a blur right now. So I really could be wrong. But I got The Final Girl, How Horror Movies Made Me a Better Feminist by her. And it's put out by Microcosm publishing company. And they're based out of Portland, I believe, and have a ton of super cool stuff. Like they have a Guillermo del Toro excuse me, a tarot deck inspired by the works of Guillermo del Toro that he helped make as well. So check it out for sure. Kris has a Patreon, and I will link her Patreon and her Instagram in the comments. But it is Kris Rose, the Night Hag.
So tight.
So if you guys want to check that out, throw her a few bucks a month. She will, or more. They're different. All of her tiers are not super crazy by any means. You could be a Sally Hardesty for $3 a month. You could be an Angela for $5 a month. you could be a Laurie Strode for $9 a month.
Fun.
So, yeah, go check her out. It's amazing. This is super fun. This is super fun. They are super fun people.
Yeah, they were wonderful.
They were really, really sweet. I wish I'd gotten a chance to talk to them more. That day was also really fun. We've had a lot of really fun days.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of really
Yes, we have.
fun times in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
I met a lot of really nice people, which has allowed us here
Yeah,
to being married.
that's true.
Brought it back. Guys like that. I'm so sleepy. Okay.
Well, spooky season for us is back. It feels like
Feels like it's getting there.
we have like a couple months hiatus on our brains, like
It's
January,
cold.
February, and it's just like, ugh.
I think that that's normal, though. I feel like, especially for anybody that I know that is also like mostly into spooky stuff year round for the most part. So I think that after you make it through like Christmas or whatever holidays you celebrate, and you're just like, I'm so tired, then you aren't spooky for a little while because tired times.
Yeah, there's people like that, and then there's also like the people that have like Chucky wraps on their cars, and I think those are like the year-rounders that can hang.
Good for you guys. So excited for you.
Yeah.
But it's coming back, especially as it starts to get warmer. That's normally what happens for me. I get more excited
Yeah.
again. So, woo!
All right, well, thanks for hanging out with us today.
Thank you.
Next week we're talking about Beetlejuice, so go watch Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
But yeah, have a wonderful rest of your week, and we will talk to you next week about Beetlejuice, and then we'll have our fun ghost episode at some point.
Very soon. Like
Yeah.
right after that, actually, I think.
Cool.
Probably. Unless that doesn't happen, then we'll keep you tuned in.
All right. Talk to you guys later.